Namaste, Vanakkam to all of you. So today I'm going to talk about the journey of calligraphy as an expressive language, and I'll be talking with a reference of Indian language calligraphy. So I am from this IDC School of Design. It is a school which started in 1969 to be precise. Now we conduct Master of Design courses, Bachelor of Design and PhD. Every design institute has some claims to fame. I'm just sharing two of them. All of you have, I'm very happy to say that two of our main products, or everybody sitting in this place has used. One is the electronic voting machine, and the other one is the Indian rupee symbol, and designed by my student Dr. Udaya Kumar. So today I am going to talk about philosophy of calligraphy, some certain philosophical pointers. I'll share the works of a few Indian masters, digital media initiatives. You might have noticed that after the lockdown, there was a very big change in the way calligraphy is awareness as well as the way it is practiced in India. And then I'll share my some of the experiments I did in this field, and then we'll discuss about the future of calligraphy. Considering the time limitation suddenly imposed on us by the government, I will try my best to make it as short as possible. So please forgive me if I skip some parts to keep up the time. So there are a lot of philosophical questions which come when we discuss calligraphy in Indian languages. So it is defined as the art of beautiful writing. So in Sanskrit it is called Sulekhan. A lot of artists are trying to transcend the limitations. When you say writing, it means there's a script involved and a language involved. A lot of calligraphers are even transcending that. I'll come to that now after some time. So India has no other country has this kind of rich traditional culture or ancient knowledge with manuscripts and letter forms. We have 22 official languages and we have hundreds of unofficial languages, 13 scripts and so many unknown scripts. No other country has this scenario of multilingual communication. Only India has this. When you look at manuscripts, there is a big difference between the way manuscripts were written in northern part of India and the southern part of India. Mainly because materials used were different, the structure of scripts were different. So in southern India, mainly in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, we used metal stylus on palm leaf. And palm leaf were treated separately, and the way we wrote, the grip was very, very different. Of course, there are 10 or more than 10 different grips used in Tamil Nadu as well as in Kerala. There is a big umbrella called typography, and inside that there is hand lettering, there is font design, and there is calligraphy. So traditionally, if you look at the Western world, you can see that calligraphy is considered to be one subset of this big umbrella called typography. But in Indian languages, you can see calligraphy slowly coming out of that boundary and getting into the realm of art and expression also. So calligraphy is actually in the intersection between design and art. So there is a fundamental difference between design and art is because in design we have a goal, we have a function to serve and to meet. But in art, you have all the freedom, it is an expression. So calligraphy cannot be confined into any one of those two. So it is somewhere in the middle. So when we talk about expression, there are emotions, there are concepts, there is a context, and there is an experience. Calligraphers are dealing with this debate of the relationship between beauty and meaning. And there is a concept called visual semantics in design, especially in communication design, where we emphasize on the study of relationship between a visual and its meaning. But when it comes to calligraphy, it becomes blurred. This is an interesting calligraphic expression from one person called Varghese. Like Anna mentioned, I am a part of the organizing committee. We started organizing this international typography conference called Typography Day. We started in 2008. So every year we conduct a poster exhibition, and this is one of the winning entries of the first few years. It is written Amma in Malayalam, and you can see how interesting he has put the baby inside, and still he has achieved the readability part of it. This is from a student of mine. So I gave a theme for calligraphic expression of monsoon, and Paus actually in Marathi means rain. And this is during online, so I gave another assignment on working on calligraphy. The word is express the word music in your language, whichever language you have, Malayalam, Tamil, Oriya, whichever. So one student did Sangeet, that is a Hindi word for music, and is trying to incorporate the feeling of music inside his calligraphy. This is, sometimes calligraphy can be scary also. It can create humor element also. So I found this in front of IIT. It is in front of a hardware store. It says plumber milega, means if you buy hardware from him, he will arrange a plumber. But it is written in such a way that you will not dare to call that plumber. So I shared this in Facebook, and one person commented, it is a vampire plumber. Never ever think about calling him. Actually, the mobile number was also there. I decided to remove it. This is from a car. I don't have any idea why this vampire thing came on the name of the owner of the car, So, and this is actually something, a signboard painter has done this on the way to Pune. I don't know what will happen if I park there, I will be, cut into pieces, or it is all blood from people who have parked there, I don't know. So calligraphy and expression can be sometimes a deadly combination also. So in design, we discuss a lot about form and function and how our form has to meet a function, but in calligraphy it is all about beauty and function. Sometimes we even remove the concept of function. So there is a joke about calligraphy. This is actually, a person has written the word minimum in calligraphy. But there is a joke that somebody saw that and said, you are drawing a fence. So this is a student of mine. He specializes in large scale calligraphy, and he came to gift me this umbrella. So it is not any alphabet. He is doing it as an art form. And he works in big sizes, like, a 100-meter long wall and things like that. He has worked on wall graffiti around the world and uses very big size brushes. And so then comes this fundamental question in philosophical question in calligraphy, is that, is it to communicate or is it for beauty? So nobody has ever answered this question, because it is like in Indian philosophy, you might have noticed that questions, any debate creates more questions, because we don't believe in a gospel truth. There cannot be one answer. There can be many answers, and many answers can be correct. So some calligraphers do it to communicate, some calligraphers do it for beauty, and sometimes calligraphers do it for both, and all three of them are right. So there is no answer to this question. It creates more questions. So I would like to share some of the Indian masters' work with you. One of the reasons is, in design education, unfortunately in India, design institutes don't show the work of designers from India. If you look at design graduates, nobody knows who is Shekhar Kamath, who is Sudarshan Dhir, who is Yashwant Chowdhury, who is R.K. Joshi. You talk about what is the name of Paul Renner's cat, everybody will know. So what did Steve Jobs eat for breakfast on 15th December 1997? Students will know. But Indian masters, who designed the State Bank of India symbol? No Indian student knows. We have this interview for master's level students. I am doing this for 25 years. Every year I ask all the interview candidates, can you name 3 graphic designers from India? 25 years, even today I have never met a person who can answer that. All are design students. So, the first is R.K. Joshi. He is one of the earliest great graphic designers of India. He was an excellent designer, not only as a graphic designer, but he was a poet also, he was a great calligrapher also, and he was a great researcher also. He was our professor, he was my guru, and he conducted calligraphy workshops a lot, and he was involved in software development also in font design. And he is the one who designed the Mangal font which is used in Windows. So, these are some of the logos he has designed. Namaskar at that time was the in-flight magazine of Air India. This is from Siddham script. Siddham script is something which was used in the northern part of Tibetan languages. Later, it was stopped. Indian culture stopped using it. It traveled towards northeast, and many other scripts like Japanese and Korean and Chinese all evolved from Siddham script. They write one on top of the other. In the 70s, there was a big literary movement in Maharashtra, and there was a magazine called Satya Katha. It was meant for writers in Marathi language, and all the covers designed by R.K. Joshi. This was actually engraved. This was actually a woodcut print. He engraved this in a piece of wood and then applied ink and took print. This is concrete poetry. His own poetry. He has used expressive typography to explain the poem. This is also a cover of that. These are all experimental works in concrete poetry in Indian languages. Akshara Yoga was a very famous in typography conference held in IIT Bombay. I find this work very interesting. He did interesting work on Om, and people who have recited Om will know that there are 3 syllables, and how when we come towards the end of it, how we are about to finish our breath. So the voice comes down. So like that, he has expressed that interesting way in the way each line is done. The last one becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. These are all different experiments done by him. And the next one is Achyut Pallav. He is one of the most important contemporary calligraphers and designers in India today. This is a stylized experiment with where to write Om. So at first you will wonder what is written. It looks like a person standing, but actually it is a stylized version of Om in Devanagari script. And he works in large scale, like 24 feet or 100 feet long scrolls he works on. This is to show a scale of, this is something recently did in a workshop in the US. So, and he works a lot with architects, and this is actually a wall graffiti, and a part of one wall getting into another. And this is recently he did for the Operation Sindoor, the way the colors are used and how the force is applied. So this is obituary for Ustad Zakir Ali Khan. So the notes of the tabla tha thim that he is trying to use through calligraphy. So it is a tribute to the master who passed away. This is for a festival. He uses a lot of work in Modi script. His thesis is on Modi script. And he works a lot with umbrella graphics. He conducts workshops, calligraphy workshops, making different patterns on umbrellas. This is an output of his umbrella workshop. So there's a lot of interesting work in expressive calligraphy. This is an installation on Ganeshji. He does a lot of pictorial calligraphy on Lord Ganeshji. He uses a lot of conventional tools. This is from the actually cap of a bottle which transparent inks are sold with that. So he is using the tip of that. So he does a lot of this kind of work in large size. The next one is Parameshwar Raju. He is based in Hyderabad. He works a lot on pictorial calligraphy. So he doesn't use letter forms, but he uses icons. He merges iconography with calligraphy. All his calligraphy work is on visual, icon-based, pictorial-based forms. So this is on Vamana and Mahabali. You can see, look carefully, you can see Vamana actually pressing the head of Mahabali with his feet. He works a lot on Ganeshji forms. He has even published a book with 1,000 different forms of Ganeshji. Dashavatara, different avatars of Vishnu. You can see the Narasimha Avatara also on the right hand side top corner. This is Buddha. This is Nataraja. So you can see even the color suddenly changing to blue for Lord Shiva. This is Krishna and Radha. This is Ashtavinayaka, different forms. The next one is Narayana Bhattadri. He is from Kerala and Trivandrum. He has devoted his entire life for propagation of calligraphy. He conducts workshops all around the world for this. He wakes up every day at 3 a.m. and he posts one work every day in Facebook as a ritual, around 365 days a year, except when he is traveling. So this one is about a revolution. So he can see that chaos and that roughness happening. Viplavam is written, which means revolution. This is something, again, there is a lot of chaos happening with the content is like that. This is, he is saying, Chakravalangal means horizons. So you can see the horizon. This is blue sky. So he is trying to create the feeling of blue sky with the kind of tool he has used and the colors. It says Chumbanam means kiss. So you can see the letters joining each other. Maranabhaya means fear of death. The next one is from the younger generation, maybe less than 30 years old, Dilbag Singh. He does a lot of interesting work in calligraphy. I think maybe the first Indian calligrapher to have more than 1 lakh followers in Instagram. So he has written Happy Holi. I sometimes wonder, with this kind of calligraphers, I go and ask them, what did you write? Because I just can't make out. You think about it, it is a combination of Holi in Devanagari combined together. You need some time to understand it. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. He has done for Eid Mubarak. This is sunshine. So he has used it in a textured paper using a flexible nib, and then you can see the way the light is used to create that sunshine. This is something which riddle me a lot. After some time I realized it says, "Who are you?" But he has done a lot of interesting this form, flat pen, So I told him I don't have an answer. Because I don't think it is a very spiritual question, who are you? You need a lifetime to answer that, and I don't think there is an answer. But I found this visual very interesting. He does a lot of interesting form explorations using. So again, it's a puzzle, but it says monsoon. Yeah. Unless the artist is next to us, we won't be able to. This is an ambigram. Even if you look at upside down, you will see the uppercase R in this. So there are a lot of digital media initiatives. I don't think it is a social media. I'll call it as digital media. So I started this thing called 51 Days of Malayalam in Instagram, and more than 800 entries came. More than 100 calligraphers participated in that. One day was given for each letter, and people worked on. So there is a lot of interesting things. Even a lot of AI generated images came. So if you see this is Va. So there is one person used Va for Vada. All of you have seen Udinnu Vada. And it is a AI generated Udinnu Vada you see on the left hand side bottom, So, and this people who participated range from 12-year-old to 80-year-old. People who are not designers, who are doing calligraphy for the first time. So a lot of people, it gave an encouragement to people who could explore calligraphy as a medium. And another one, a friend of mine did 35 days of Gurumukhi. So there also a lot of youngsters started practicing it. So I learned Gurumukhi to participate in his initiative. It is the first time in my life these are all done by me. I learned Gurumukhi, and this is my first attempt at Gurumukhi script. Some of the experiments of mine. So I am a part of this typography. Last time it was in Bombay. Before that it was in Varanasi. So this is a calligraphic event which happened on the banks of the river Ganga. And this is a poster I designed for South Asian Design Educators Alliance in the US. They had a concept of posters on peace. So they invited 20 designers to work on posters on peace. So this is my poster. It was displayed at around 25 universities in the US, and now it is starting in India. So it is a concept called hollow and empty. It is a part of a meditative process, and if you look carefully, there are two words, so and hum, written in Devanagari. So is used when you inhale, and hum is used when you exhale. Because of that, the word so is in extra bold, and hum is, because you exhale, hum is in hairline font. And you will see different colors used here. So in human body, normally to the normal student we teach 7 chakras. So there are 7 chakras in the human body. Each chakra has a color array aligned to it. For example, the first one, Muladhara chakra, is red. Then comes the one in the navel region is called Manipura, that is yellow. And the one in the heart chakra is green. So like that you will see colors changing. The last one on top of your head is called the Sahasrara, that is purple color. So if you see the actual poster, you will see this colors changing and according to the chakra of the human body. This is a calligraphic expression I did for an exhibition in Korea. So this is called the Jigji Calligraphy exhibition. So they invited Indian calligraphers to send their entries. So you can write your own text. So here I wrote my own text so that I could edit it whichever way I liked. So this is displayed in Korea. There is an exhibition center organized by the Korean government. This is in Kalakhoda. There is a festival in Mumbai. So there was a around 300-meter long wall which was called the Calligraphy wall. So they asked a lot of calligraphers to write Kala, Ghoda. In Kala means black, Ghoda means horse. So Kala has a very rough feeling to it. So I used a different tool, and every horse, Kudira, every horse has a elegance in it. So I used a different tool, and the second word is more elegant than the first one. This is how it looked like in real life. This is a book cover I did for my dad's book. So it is about a poor woman who goes through a lot of difficulties in her life. So deliberately I wanted to have a rough feeling to the title than a typeset one. This is an experiment I did. Two tools, two different styles, how they can be merged into one. It is one of the most difficult exercises ever done, because one is a pilot parallel pen, one is a brush pen, but to get them harmoniously get along well with each other is extremely difficult. This is a word Maya means rain. Because of that word, I used a specific tool which creates 11 parallel lines. This is for Mother's Day. To relation, Malayalam, it is written Amma, and the way a mother showers her love to us. This is the word Guru in Malayalam. This is a short story, title for a short story written by my father. It reflects the reality in a hospital. There is a patient. The patient's bed number is 14. So what happens in a hospital is, when a patient dies, the nurses there might have seen so many deaths on the same day. For them it is an administrative process to tell 14 is over. When a nurse says that, it means now that patient is dead. So they put another tag saying it is over, and one tag is put on top of the file. So this is a recreation of that. So on last year, October 2nd, we had one calligraphy conference in Kochi. So every year I attend that. That time, when the person who invited said it is on October 2nd, I thought, why not do something for, it is a Gandhi Jayanti, why don't you do something for Gandhiji? So I made a film. His favorite bhajan, Vaishnav Janato, is written in different Indian languages. So it is a merging of different languages and calligraphy.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए मन अभिमान नाणे रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। सकल लोक सहुने वंदे निंदा न करे के नीरे। वाच काछ मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी तेनी रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। सृष्टिने तृष्णा त्यागी परस्त्री जेने मात रे जिह्वा थकी असत्य न बोले पर धन नव झाले हाथ रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे मोह माया व्यापे नहीं जेने दृढ़ वैराग्य जीना मन मारे राम नाम शू ताड़ी रे लागी सकल तीरथ तेना तन मारे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे वणलोभीने कपट रहित छे काम क्रोध निवारा रे भणे नरसयो तेनु दर्शन करता कुल को तिर तार्या रे वैष्णव जन तो देने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान नाणे रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे
and stop it here. Before that, I just want to share one. This is written by me a few days back. I learned Tamil to write this. So today morning I asked Anna whether there is any mistake. If there is any mistake, forgive me. I'll stop here. I want to thank Muthu Anna and all the organizers for inviting me here. It's a privilege and honor to be here. And you can get in touch with me in email, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You can find interesting lectures in my YouTube. Is there any design student here? You please check out my blog. I write a lot of tips and tricks for design students. So if any design student is here, please check out the blog. Thank you.